Hi everyone, this is For the Love of Comics. A very warm welcome to 31 Days of Comics, a game that we'll be playing on this channel that will span the next 31 episodes, each episode spotlighting one comic. This is not an original creation. I encountered this first on the excellent website goodokbad, which is authored and maintained by Seth T Hahne. And like many readers of comics and graphic novels, I owe an incredible debt to goodokbad.com, which over the years has introduced me to not just many comics and creators, some of whom have become my favorites, but also to a way of talking about comics that I really enjoy. If you're not familiar with this website and you enjoy this channel, I strongly recommend you check it out and almost guarantee that you would love it. But anyway, getting back to the game, on goodokbad.com, Seth adapted what was, I think, 31 days of movies, each day having a category or a title based in an autobiographical question, and you have to answer with one name. In the case of 31 days of movies, with one movie, and in the adapted 31 Days of Comics with a comic's name. In this way, over 31 autobiographical questions, you end up creating a list of comics that can serve as both recommendations to others as well as an insight into one's personal and individual tastes. I thought this was a fantastic idea, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. I've heard of people on Reddit, for example, sharing their own lists, and I thought I could just bring that to YouTube. So, over the next 31 episodes, which isn't going to be over the next 31 days, I'm not going to be able to make an episode a day, and I think anyone who knows me or this channel a little bit will know that that could probably lead to my untimely demise. But because these will be short videos, I'm going to do more than just one a week. So let's say about one new video every 2 or 3 days. And of course, the main reason I wanted to do this on YouTube is because I'd love for you to play along with me. In the comments section of each day's video, I'd love to have your pick for that category. And of course, because it's a game, we need a couple of rules, although it's pretty self-explanatory, and there really is only one rule. And that is you can pick only one comic. You can't have honorable mentions or hem and haw and put in a top 5, one answer for one day. Now, this is obviously a restriction I'm putting on myself because I love to have caveats and lists, and I really want the discipline, and I'm really looking forward to the exquisite pain of having to select just one comic. And that's the basic rule that I'll ask you to stick to as well. I do think the torment of having to pick only one is part of the fun. And a second rule that I'll be playing by, which is kind of optional and you can consider it as a challenge rule, is that I will do my best not to repeat a comic over the 31 days. This is primarily because I'd like to end up with a list of 31 comics, a reservoir of recommendations according to certain categories. And what that means is, for example, if on day 3 my answer had been Watchmen, I can no longer use Watchmen in any of the subsequent days. Now, those of you playing along don't have to play by this. If you wish to call out the same comic in a couple of different categories that you think it deserves to be called out in, by all means go ahead and do so. But if you do play along for the entire 31 days and keep track, I'd love to know if you lived up to the challenge as well. And I have one question for all of you. Would you like to have all 31 categories out before we get to those days, or would you like it to be a surprise as the video is published? Of course, I'll maintain a list of all published videos. Let me have your questions in the comments below. The video for day 1 will be up in just a couple of days. Welcome to 31 Days of Comics.